Hi everyone, it's Devine and welcome to the Tarot mini forecast this week for the water signs. And this is for Pisces, Cancer and Scorpio, and your sun, moon or rising sign as well. Make sure you check them all out just to make sure that it all kind of fits. I'm using some different cards today. I'm using the Gateway to the Divine cards for the reading. I'm also clarifying with the Mythic Tarot. For spiritual advice, we have the Conscious Spirit deck, which is upside down. Conscious Spirit deck. And for love, romance, and healing, or where we're healing within ourselves, the Domino Love Angels. And of course, a little piece of Aura Light for me. Okay, so let's start with Pisces. Okay, now what's happening with you, Pisces? Time for change. Okay. Everyone's sort of got like a little saying that comes up into my mind. So, okay, Pisces, what is the message for Pisces this week? Okay, getting it. Okay, the Seven of Wands energy. Okay, so the underdog starts to win. Okay, there is a situation in your life where, you know, there's been a lot of conflicting thoughts, demands, pressures on your time, that kind of thing. And the Seven of Wands is, you know, a lot of other people with hidden agendas as well. Sometimes this can happen where, you know, it just feels like every step you take, you get knocked back, or someone's saying something, or there's a problem over here, or there's an issue over there, or there's something over here. And for a Pisces, that's like chaos. That's like chaos central. You know, it can't be happening. It's just too much. And it feels like everything has been against you, like throughout your whole life. Like you go so far and then you get knocked down, and then you go so far and then you get knocked down. And when we see the Seven of Wands, it's a kind of a victory for you guys, you know, the underdogs, because it's like, even though people are going to put up all their defenses and do all their thing again, it's like you've worked it out. You've changed your attitude. You've changed the way in which you see yourself. You're a stronger position now. You know, in a much stronger position. So people are expecting to pick at you and get your trigger points going, and it just doesn't work anymore. So for Pisces, you know, you've come to this real amazing part of your life that is shifting you into the greatest life you've ever had, because you are standing up for yourself, your rights, your beliefs, the demands on your time, you know, the effort that you have to put into everything, overthinking everything and overdoing everything. You're not doing that anymore. You're realizing the damage that causes you, okay? So you have a victory here, Pisces, okay? Let me get a little bit more clarity for you guys. You're standing strong. You're at the top of the staircase there. That's awesome. What else can we tell Pisces? Okay, Pisces. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune comes in. See? You know, you turn this notch. Oh, I go to put my arm down on something and it's just not there. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune here says you've turned a notch in the wheel of life with the three Moirais standing here, you know, spinning the web, the weaver's web, you know. It's like you've decided that you want to have something happen to you. You know, you want to have something happen in your sphere that's positive. And you're kind of tired, like we were saying here, of all the things that go wrong, you know, and you don't want that to happen. The Wheel of Fortune says there's going to be a lucky change in circumstances. Like the wheel of life turns a notch. You're at that next phase of strength. You're not climbing the wheel anymore. You're sitting at the top, you know. You're not falling. You're right in the middle. You know, this is awesome. And sometimes with the Wheel of Fortune, it kind of reminds me of like reaching a point in your life where, you know, a past life is kind of like in line with this life. And so it's reminding your body of something that happened in a past life, either good or bad, you know. And it's like, there it is. And you're going through this healing, and you're going through release, and you're going through emotion, and you're going through change. And it can be really confusing. But you're doing it anyway, which is helping you to forge ahead, which is what you need to do. Because Pisces, don't get yourself stuck in the same sort of patterning, you know, as we see the Wheel of Fortune, it's like a change, you know, coming across you. So stay with that change, you know. Stay with that direction that seems to be unfolding, because it's really working for your benefit, you know. You don't want to keep on, like, in other words, there's something that someone else told me once, and it's like, do you know what? Like, you're losing sleep over this situation, and that person is sleeping just fine, or those people, or whatever it is. They're sleeping just fine. Why are you there not being able to sleep, you know, night after night? Why are you worrying? Why are you waking yourself up? Why are you, you know, stressing about these small things that are there? Those irritants are there to remind you, you know, of the places in your life where you constantly put yourself last. That's why they come up. Are you going to do it this time? You know, are you going to see those trigger points and go, oh, it's my fault, you know, I need to do this or I need to do that? Or are you going to say, it's got nothing to do with me, I'm going this way, you know? And that is going to be for your benefit. That's really going to work for you. So these trigger points that come up, don't let them destroy all the hard work that you've already done on yourself, okay? You're getting told, Pisces, you know? Okay, so let's have a look at your spiritual advice with the Conscious Spirit deck as well, okay? What spiritual advice can we give to Pisces? Okay, here we go. You're getting Sacred Space. Okay, beautiful card. I find peace, security, and contentment when surrounded by nature's beauty. Okay, look at this. You got this gorgeous little otter or beaver or whatever that is coming up to you. You're feeling at peace. You know, you're around the waterfall, which always brings abundance. You need to be going out in nature, outside, outside, outside. And I was saying this in most of the cards today, that, you know, we need to spend more time outside, even if we don't feel like it. Once we get out there, we're glad that we did. You need that fresh air, you need that clearing and that cleansing and that healing. You also need to create a space just for yourself, you know, a space where the energy can start to build. You know, if you have a corner in your room or something, or a shed outside, or something underneath the big tree or something, and you start creating some crystals, and, you know, you start creating a little space for yourself, you'll build the energy there, you'll get the clarity there, and your psychic, you know, abilities will start to kick in too. There's something that is going to be in nature that is a sign for you, and you need to find it yourself outside, not watching, you know, someone else go outside or something like that as a sign. You need to go outside and find this sign. And you know, there's ancient messages from your ancestors there as well, you know. If you can't get outside by yourself, someone takes you or whatever, just be in there and close your eyes and just say, you know, Great Spirit, hear my prayers, listen to me, you know, this is what's going on and I'm grateful for your assistance, kind of thing. So if you can do that, then you're going to get the clarity that you need, rather than all this worrisome energy, okay, which you're passing through anyway, but you tend to do because you're a Pisces. And it's a beautiful thing, you know. Pisces are so soft-hearted and kind and loving, and people take advantage of that. So the idea is, are you going to let them anymore? I don't think you should, you know. Okay, let's do the Domino Love Angels. Angels love, oh, angels love, and what you're healing on here. Okay, and we got the Archangel Rachiel, which is one of the angels of love and the angels of deep love. And if this is concerning a relationship that you're in already, then this is a deep, ancient love. You feel like it's ancient. You feel like you've known the person forever, and you have. You know, you've had a connection on many, many lifetimes before. If this is a new thing, you know, you may already feel this deep connection. Stick with it. You know, it's a good omen that something's changing here for you. But also that you need to understand that the angels always supply, like an endless supply of unconditional love for you. You know, you may not feel like you're worthy, you know, and I feel that a lot for a lot of the water signs. But for Pisces, for sure, there's a deep, deep hurt buried inside of you There's a bitterness, there's a sadness, there's an upset deep inside of you. And it's like only you know about it, because whoever else was involved in it, you know, is never going to say anything, or they're not around anymore, or you've moved on, or whatever the situation is. But you have a deep hurt within you that once you get that up and out and tell someone about it, or maybe just release it to the angels, the oh my God, the release that you're going to feel, like it's like a weight lifted off your shoulders, like we said in the start. It's just going to come straight off of you, you know, because you're finally, like, it's like it's like under pressure, you know, like a fizzy drink, you know, all the suds and everything inside of it with the lid on, and we've shaken it up like that, and it's just, that is you're all compressed, you know. Once you let go of that, take the lid off, let it all come out, no matter how it is, no matter who it's, you know, about, or whatever's happening, or how it makes you feel, or whatever, you have to get it out. And once you do, it may be a few things, but there's one big, massive secret, you know, within you, or a way of feeling that you have, or a misunderstanding that you have, or something, and you need to speak about it. And once you do, the love is just going to pour through. You're going to understand yourself. You're going to let go of all that, you know, beating yourself up kind of stuff, and not loving yourself, and feeling there's something wrong all the time. You're going to let go of all of that, and your life is going to be so much sweeter because of it. So only you know what that is, you know, deep inside. Only you know what that is. Release it to the angels if you can't talk about it, but fully get it off your chest, vocally, saying it out loud. Okay, it's going to help you so much. So there you go, Pisces. A few things there. I hope that you enjoyed those messages. And remember, if you want something more in detail, or you want a Divine Miracles hoodie, I think there should be links below that will take you to a little store about, you know, to buy your own little hoodie or tote or thing for your phone or whatever, which would be really, really amazing for Divine Miracles. And thank you so much for being here and subscribing. But I'm going to do Cancer now. So that was a lot for Pisces. So thank you for joining me. Okay, so for Cancer signs, I am using the pathway, or the gateway to the divine cards, tarot cards. I'm also using the Mythic Tarot just to bring some clarity for your reading. I'm getting some spiritual guidance from the Conscious Spirit deck. And of course the Domino Love Angels for love and relationships, and also what you're working on healing within yourself as well. Okay, which is really, really important, because not everybody is into having a relationship, and that's totally cool. But having a relationship with yourself, you know, and getting yourself right and healing is awesome. That's what we need to do. So, Cancer. Okay, let me just shuffle these cards. I'm just going to clear them first. Okay. Love, sorry, not love and relationships. Cancer. Maybe love and relationships will come into it. I don't know. So what's the message for Cancer? Okay. I guess, and I'm getting the energy of a breakthrough coming for you, Cancer. Maybe that makes sense to you. And the message is for Cancer. Okay, the Six of Swords. See? You're changing direction. You're moving forward, and you've got a lot of support with you as you do so. For some of you, obviously the Six of Swords, as you can tell, is like movement over water, okay? It's a traveling card. It's a card of, you know, getting rid of the chaos behind you and moving forward into a future, you know, more that you want, something more that's along your liking. You may have to do this journey by yourself. You may not be taking your partner with you. This may be something for work or something like that, and you have to go, but you're leaving a lot of chaos and stress behind you. This could also just be like an internal journey, you know, that you're taking, and you're finally deciding that you're worth the effort, you know, to leave the past behind, that you want a brand new beginning, and that you want things to be fresh and new. And because of this, you are leaving away, you know, people and situations and problems of the past well behind you, and you've had to do this. You've been going through an amazing journey within yourself, especially this last year, 2018. You've gone through this amazing journey, and you know, people can't really understand the depth of that journey, you know, and only you really do. But you've changed so much, you've transformed so much, and now it's time for you to step out a little bit more and do more of the things that you really want to do as well, and also give yourself permission to allow that to occur. Okay, don't hold back like you tend to do sometimes, because you are very thoughtful of other people's feelings in situations. Let's clarify the Six of Swords a little bit for you too. Clarifying the Six of Swords for Cancer signs. And you got the Four of Pentacles. So you kind of, you know, been hanging on, waiting for situations to change. Maybe you've been saving up for something that's important to you. Maybe money's been tight because, you know, you're the only person making any money at the moment, or there's been just one income kind of thing. You've been hanging in there, and now you're finally free to move forward. I feel if you've been waiting for news, then it's coming in. You know, you're having this breakthrough energy as well. You're working really hard. You're feeling like you're stronger than ever on many different levels, but still sometimes you feel that little bit lonely or that little bit lost within yourself too, you know. And that's why it's really important that you are giving yourself time out as you move forward. I feel like there's going to be opportunities for some of you to move to a new location. Maybe you'll travel there first and suss everything out and check it out and see if you like it. Maybe the first place that you were thinking of going is not available, or it's not really the right energy that you thought it was. And you have to change very, very quickly, but you will adapt to that change as well. I just feel like there's this breakthrough energy, like you're just on the edge of it. Something is going to be open for you. It's like the penny drops, you know, and that's why that had to be like this. It's going to be a surprise. It's not something that you can just pinpoint really well. So let's get your spiritual advice. But whatever you're doing for yourself, Pisces, Cancer, whatever you're doing for yourself, you like, as in, you know, cleansing and clearing and working with spirit and being really positive, you know, getting enough rest or whatever it is that you need to do, and exercising and all that kind of stuff. Whatever it is that you've been doing is paying off for you. You know, it's starting to come in. And also I feel like rewards for past efforts and past things that you've done for people and never had anything back, that's all coming back to you too. Okay, so spiritually for Cancer, let's have a look. Okay, you got Archangel Gabriel. This is what I feel is Gabriel. Releasing that which does not serve my higher purpose with gratitude and love. You know, you've got that guiding light. There are things that you need to say. There are things that you are doing. There are things that you're working on. It's like you've come so far. You've got a couple more steps to go. You are, like I said, putting in all of the effort, and it's really going to start being rewarded for you. Those of you who are worried about your finances or the job or something like that, don't worry. Again, this breakthrough energy is there. It's all going to start to make sense why you've had to do everything the way that you have had to do it. You're illuminated. You've got all the knowledge of the universe flowing through you, you know. Archangel Gabriel is, you know, also talks about speaking, of course, speaking your truth, but also moving on to your purpose a little bit more with your divine will, you know, because part of the throat chakra is will and part of it is speaking as well. So it all goes together. You know, having this gratitude and loving nature, you're going to be rewarded for this. You're always giving to other people. You're always very caring for other people, maybe not as much for yourself. Sometimes, you know, some Cancerians can be quite, you know, self-centered or whatever, but they believe that they deserve that, you know, that they've worked really hard and, you know, so be it. But Others are still giving away of themselves. It's time to be you, you know, and it's time to really embrace yourself. And if you don't know who you are, it's time to get on that journey of discovery, you know, because all the answers are going to be there as well. So let's have a look at what you're healing on and what you're working on, and love and relationships here as well for Cancer. Okay. There it is. Okay. Archangel Uriel is with you. Anxiety or stress. That's what you've been going through. Okay. So it's been blocking your way forward. So we saw this blocking card here, the Four of Pentacles, where you're holding on to things, you've been saving up, things have been tough. It may have been causing you anxiety within yourself, which has been stopping you from being able to say what it is that you need. Okay, so it's time to release anything holding you back from your true self, from loving yourself, and also as well from true love. Okay, obstacles need to be faced with positive words and actions, which is what we've got here. The release card, positive words and actions, you know. Don't get falling back into slinging matches with people, or, you know, carrying on with other people, because it's a waste of time. They win. As soon as you get engaged in an argument with someone, the other person wins, because you've allowed yourself to lower your energy to a point where you're getting annoyed, you know. So the healing that's happening with you is releasing anxiety and stress within your body, because it is blocking your way forward. Maybe the anxiety stems from nervousness when you need to speak, or when you need to be very forward with someone or assert yourself. Maybe that's difficult for you to do. If you haven't watched my anxiety video, how to get rid of anxiety, please listen to this. This may ring true for you as well. So when it comes to love and relationships, you know, if you're in one, you may be holding back a little. You may have unresolved stress within you, you know. If you're looking for someone, it's best to heal all of this first, you know, or else you'll meet someone else who's equally needing healing, you know, and you don't want to have to babysit someone until they get better, and then you can't be bothered anymore, you know. Obstacles need to be faced with positive words about yourself, you know, and about the things that you're doing and about your life. And, you know, what happens is, Cancer, you tend to look back very at yourself and think that you're stupid, or hate yourself for things that you've done. And for other people would go, that was no big deal, you know. But a Cancer would be like, no, that was very serious. That was very serious to me, you know. I maybe shouldn't have done that. And I'm going to carry that with me for as long as I can, because I was very upset about doing that. You see how that sounds, you know, but that's what you tend to do inside of yourself. Maybe not in those exact words, but you tend to harbor a lot of past pain that you feel that you've caused. Also what other people have caused towards you that you feel that you've deserved in some way. Okay? That's not working for you. So we're working on things, you know. This is what these videos are about, is to help you acknowledge these little hidden parts about yourself too, as well as feel excited for the future that's coming up. So there is going to be, you know, a difference, a breakthrough, things shifting, moving, journeying within yourself, a change to, you know, the block towards maybe money, or maybe someone's been blocking you energetically or something like that. And you're working on your anxieties and your stress levels and things too, as a way of moving forward and receiving unconditional love. So it's all good. So I hope that that was helpful, Cancer, for your reading. And just know that you've always got people on side as well. And if you need anything more in depth, please feel free to contact me also. So there we go. Thank you. And starting on with Scorpio. Thank you, Scorpio, for waiting, or for being here. And please check your moon and your rising sign as well, just to see, you know, the whole picture of everything. Now, I'm doing it a little bit different. I'm using the Gateway to the Divine Tarot. I'll make sure it's up the right way. Oops. Gateway to the Divine Tarot, and clarifying with the very old Mythic Tarot as well. Also the Conscious Spirit deck for where you are spiritually in your life. And the Domino Love Angels for love, romance, healing on the self as well. So Scorpio, let's have a look what's going on with you. Clearing the cards. Okay, this is for Scorpio. Close my eyes. Messages for Scorpio. Message for Scorpio. Have fun. Okay, time to have fun. Scorpios love having fun. What are you talking about? Oh, well, there's more coming. Okay. Scorpio, have fun. All right. Scorpio energy, what's happening with you guys? I already know what card it's going to be. Okay, the 8 of Wands. So you're having fun and moving quickly, all right? Well, the energy of November is fast moving. You know, everything's moving quickly. Some people are traveling overseas when this card comes up because it's the 8 of Wands. Sometimes it happens really, really quickly. Like all of a sudden you'll just decide, okay, I'm going to go somewhere. Maybe you're just getting away by yourself. Because, you know, Scorpio, you tend to wear yourself out very quickly. We've talked about this before. You know, doing a whole lot of things all at once and not realizing that you're slowly getting depleted, until finally you're like, oh, wow, you know, that was tiring. You know, I'm knackered. I've done all this and now I can't be bothered again for another couple of months. But something's happening really quickly for you. Change in residence for some people, change in environment for other people, which is always good for Scorpio. If you can get near water, that's always good for you as well. And also, like, maybe someone's coming to see you, there's someone flying, something's happening really, really quickly that might be unexpected, but it's happy because you got the 8 of Wands. So sometimes I see this with parenting and children as well, coming forward. Like maybe there's a need, or maybe one of your children is going overseas, or just all of a sudden, you know, or someone is overseas and, you know, you're thinking about them. Whatever it is, there's a positive occurrence that takes place with this. And it happens really, really quickly too, by surprise. I also feel red. The color red is very significant for you guys. So maybe you'll see this on your travels. You know, it's a sign for you as well. So let's get a little bit more clarity for the 8 of Wands for Scorpio. Okay, the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, so you've been juggle with a few different things, okay? You've been worrying about some people, you know, you've been worrying about some situations, you know, that, you know, because you really do love people and you do have the best of intentions with people. But sometimes, you know, what can happen is because you feel that passion and you feel that love and you feel that wanting for everybody to be in abundant and everybody to be happy, that it wears you down, you know, because you're overthinking about what their situation is and what they're going through and what their health is like and what they might be feeling and what the environment is like and all this. And this is not just in one person. Like Scorpio, you tend to do this with like anybody that you meet. You see them, you meet them, you analyze their life, you see what's going on behind the scenes, you empathically pick things up, you're working on healing with them. This is all going on within half an hour. Like, not many people do this, but Scorpio energy tends to be very reflective of this. Even if you don't realize that you're doing it, you've kind of summed up a scenario within the first 10-15 minutes of meeting someone. So imagine a group. You've got a scenario for each person in the group. You've done healing on each person in the group. You've sorted out someone's life in that group. You know, you've worked out what their environmental problems are in that group. You know, you've become a mother to them or a father to them or a family member to them in that group, you know. You've just created friends for life or whatever in that whole group, you know. And you've offered your services or your help or your support or your love or whatever it is. Then you leave that and you're like, what's just happened? You know, what's just happened? Gee, that was fun, but boy, am I tired, kind of thing. So you're juggling your energy. Now, we kind of talked about this a few times, but this is coming up again. Maybe it's coming up again because it's Christmas. You got Thanksgiving over in America. You're going to start to you know, see a lot more people and go to a lot more events or something like that. and you know, you're the sort of person where you want to be friendly with everybody, and you know, you want to have a connection with people, you love people, you want to help, you know, but it tends to really wear you down and you find yourself stretched out, you know. So maybe a good practice is something that you could do is say to yourself before you go anywhere, or before you have anybody over, say to yourself, I'm actually going to turn all of my chakras off. I'm going to turn the button off. The light is not going on, and I'm going to see if I really react in this situation in the same way. Like, how am I really when I'm not switched on, kind of thing? When I haven't turned that light on, when I haven't tried to tune into everybody and everything and every situation and every house and every, you know what I mean? If I haven't tried to help all these people. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's an amazing thing to have, but it becomes a real drain for you at the same time. So see if you can turn off all your lights and just say, I'm just going to shut down. I'm not going to attach to anyone. And sometimes you might find, like, you'll leave a situation and you'll be like, I know I would have ordinarily gone and helped that person, but I've detached myself and that's not really my cup of tea over there. So then you start analyzing and saying to yourself, you know, well, I've been giving all my energy out to all these people and they're not even my cup of tea. Like, probably half of them are not people that you would normally hang around with, but you've done it because you've wanted to help, you see? So there's a real juggling act that goes on. But I'm asking, maybe try this as an experiment for yourself. And even if you're not aware that you are constantly getting drained by other people, you're not aware of that, you just feel like, you know, it's normal or your situation is normal, consciously try to shut yourself down. And you can maybe ask for a barrier to go around you from the angels or something. Place a barrier around me so I'm not feeling anything from anyone and I'm not picking up, you know, things or trying to help or trying to fit in or whatever it is I'm trying to do. And see how this can be a mechanism that you can use to protect yourself, because it's going to get to a point of, you know, blowing out, you know, or overdoing it or all of this. And you can avoid it by learning when you're starting to do this, networking and spinning a web and all of that, and learning when you're doing it and being able to shut it down before it even starts to take hold of your, you know, health kind of thing. Because you're going through, you know, the next phase. And you want to be strong in your spiritual abilities and your healing abilities and all of this. But you don't want to be slowed down by having to take time off because you're worn down, you know. Even though it's a good thing to do that and rest and recover and recuperate and all those kinds of things, you know, you can avoid a lot of it and have more fun by detaching, you know, shutting it all down, okay? So let's have a look at your spiritual advice. Other than that, something's shifting, something's changing, someone's moving in or out, or some overseas trip, or just a holiday away for you. Okay. Scorpio, what's your spiritual advice? Okay, the third eye chakra. I see the wisdom of my higher self and apply the wisdom. See? You know, it's wise to conserve energy, you know, for yourself as well. You know, you can be totally in tune with someone without absorbing all of their stuff and sorting out everything for them, you know, because you are powerful, you know, how you are. You're just naturally like that. You've probably been like that since you were small, you know, in tune with everything and everyone. But you know that, you know, in the past it's caused problems too. Maybe you haven't even realized that they were your, you know, it's from picking up other people's energy that you got problems. So try to balance things by putting up a protective guard around yourself. I'm really just feeling this as a strong message for you. Maybe it's only for this week. Maybe just trying it for a week and seeing the difference this makes. Because maybe, you know, it's a repeating pattern where, you know, you help people so much. They start relying on you. And then you feel annoyed that you're fixing everything because they keep coming back, because that's what you were doing. You know, in the beginning you were helping them with everything. They keep coming back, you're fixing everything. You think you're done, and then they're back for more, more, more. So they're dragging you, you know. So see if you've been dragged around a little bit here. by really detaching from everyone and everything, cutting all the ties kind of thing, you know, deactivating everything even, and see if you feel the same way once you've done that. So let's look at love and relationships and what you're healing, which I feel is protecting your own energy, Scorpio. Okay. Okay. For Scorpio, here we go. Love and relationships. It says conflict. Okay, Archangel Adriel. There'll be a time of upset and trial happening. Okay. Be careful of what you're saying to yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Okay, so maybe like after me saying about, you know, dragging all this energy around with you kind of thing and detaching, then you start being hard on yourself saying, oh, maybe I do that wrong. And it's not about doing anything wrong. This is about protecting yourself. Maybe this is saying to you that you are conflicted within yourself about certain places, people, situations as well. And, you know, there's trials going on with you on a spiritual level at the moment. Are you going to give all your energy away to everybody else? Or are you going to start giving back to yourself, which is really important, you know? No more beating yourself up or feeling stupid or listening to the words of other people. It's really time for you. And if you can do this within this next week, you're going to notice a massive improvement in how you see yourself. You know, even though your manifesting abilities are probably really good because you're a Scorpio, it's going to even go through the roof even more because you're seeing yourself through a new lens. Something that you probably haven't done since you can remember is detach yourself from absolutely everyone and everything and not help everyone and everything, you know, but help yourself so that you can move forward and lift and get even more clarity, more powers, more abilities happening here. And also more sensitivities when you do that. So protection is key. So Scorpio, I hope that you find that very helpful and, you know, look after yourself. And I want to thank you all for listening to the recording, of course, and the readings. And, of course, if you want something more in-depth, divinemiracles.com. But until the next time, lots of love, many blessings, and bye, everyone. Bye.